Alright, so like I was saying, picking up where I left off in the video, black women from the South, they know how to cook breakfast, lunch, dinner, not that McDonald's or Burger King bullshit, and they treat you very good. They treat you like a king. I know y'all black men heard that all the time, king. Where in the South, you get treated like a king. Now, my dad has gone to Alabama, and he told me places like Alabama, Mississippi, Louisville, Kentucky, that's where you're going to find, as he likes to refer to it as, real black women. I mean, I heard him say it 2 or 3 times, and I've had some people, look at him and like, say what you say again, sir? And my dad be like, you heard what I said. This is when I was a little kid in church, I heard him say it a lot. I don't know how true, because I ain't never been to Alabama and I ain't been to Mississippi. But I did have this white lady from the South ask me if I had been to Georgia, not Atlanta, Georgia, just Georgia, or Shreveport, Louisiana, and I said no. She was like, well, you have an accent that originates from those places. And I was kind of laughing because I was like, my dad and my granddad on my dad's side of the family probably originated from those places. And she was telling me, you're a nice black man because down there, black men are respected by black women. See, a lot of black men be shocked of that information. And when a lot of the black women come from Louisville, Kentucky, New Orleans, Georgia, not just Atlanta, but Georgia, and they come to Los Angeles or they come to New York, they get into a lot of fights with who else? Black women. It ain't always black women fighting white women or Mexican women or Asian women. It be black women fighting other black women because it be a jealousy thing. This girl's got bigger breasts or a big set of curves and she thick in all the right places, and she intimidate another black woman because she get more attention from black men than the other black girl is. And then the fight break out. So a lot of times when these girls be in these environments, they can't stay in these working environments for too long because it'd be another black girl jealous of another black girl. So let's say you get one black girl that's from New Orleans. Well, that girl that's from New Orleans is probably going to get 80 to 85% of attention, maybe 90%, while the other black girls that are born and raised here in Los Angeles, California, ain't getting a whole lot of attention. So then that causes fights, that causes confrontation. I want to cut your hair, I want to set your hair on fire, and they're only doing it to get the attention of the black man they find physically, sexually attractive. So like I said, when I was in college, a lot of the basketball players and football players were telling me that if you went to places like Houston, Texas, San Antonio, Texas, New Orleans, Shreveport, Louisiana, Tennessee, you're going to find black women that are built like Wonder Woman from the comic books. And they will cook you breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and they'll treat you right like a king. That's what they've all said. I've never gone to those places. Now, I have another friend that I went to high school with that actually found a black girl in Texas and started dating her. And that was so he could play football, Division I football at the University of Texas. He was trying to get into Texas A&M or Texas Tech, but they didn't want to accept his scholarship, so he had to go to the University of Texas or another college that's in Texas. But my point is, he told me the black women in Texas, they will blow your mind in a good way. And it's African American History Month, and you got to celebrate African American History Month. And what's the best way to do it? Talk about how I like black women from the South. And I'm not talking about the television show Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, because that just portrays black women that live in Atlanta, Georgia in a bad and negative light. I'm talking about, have you actually gone to the city and check it out? I have a friend that told me, when you go on a road trip, go to Atlanta City. It's a different world out there. When I was a kid, I used to hear a lot, North Carolina, South Carolina, the black women are just built and got curves and is thick. I mean, their hair is 100% natural, because you always hear black men complaining about the weave, the weave, the weave. Down there, their hair is 100% natural. You hardly will ever see a weave unless you go to the wrong part. There's good parts, there's bad parts. Just like there's good parts of Los Angeles, there's bad parts of Los Angeles, there's good parts of New York City, there's bad parts of New York City. Well, you go to places like North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas, New Orleans, Shreveport, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi. So when I say the South, that's what I mean when I say the South. My uncle has gone to the South like 4 or 5 times and told me, oh, you got to go to the South, nephew. You got to go to Texas. All the black women he been getting play from are not from Los Angeles. So I think that's probably where that comes from. I think on my mom's side of the family, that's probably where I get this aura where if black women are from another city or another state, then I don't get rejected as much. I'm not saying you're not going to get rejected. What I'm saying is, for a long time, I was confused. I didn't know why when I get someone from another city and state, all of a sudden they like me. And I didn't know they liked me until someone told me, you know, that girl's from Atlanta City. I'm like, I don't know, if ain't nobody telling me. Oh, that girl's from Chicago. Or that girl's from New Orleans. Well, I don't know, because ain't nobody telling me. And they be having a badass athletic body. They eat their fruits, they vegetables, they drink water, they exercise, they do cardio, they stay in athletic shape. And these women work. Because that's another complaint black men get. Oh, women don't work. These women work. Like, here, if a woman's car break down, you'll be fixing her car. If her car break down and she from Georgia, not Atlanta, just Georgia, she already know how to fix her own car. So you see there's a difference. And this is not to downplay black women in Los Angeles. So I don't want no black women in LA saying, oh, he said black women from the South is better. It's not about who's better. The video is saying black women from the South, and I made a part 1 and a part 2, and in general it's for black women, because I just told you that when black women from the South come to Los Angeles and New York City, they get into a lot of fights with other black women, because the black men be finding the women that are from the South 80 to 85, sometimes 90% more physically, sexually attractive. And that's how the fights start. And then these women, the girls that are good looking leave the job because they get too much attention. Not from other guys, but they get the negative backlash from black women who don't like them because they're from Atlanta, Georgia, or they're from North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas, Alabama, Mississippi. This is stuff that I heard when I was a kid going to high school and college. So I'm not saying it's 100% true or not. I'm just trying to tell you what I heard for so many years. And I've been hit on by so many black women that are not from Los Angeles, California. And it all started in college. So when I name off these cities and states, I'm just telling you the places you could go to as a black man. So I don't want to make this video longer because you now got a part 1, you got a part 2. And now it's time to go to work. So I made my 2 videos to celebrate black women on African American History Month. Some of y'all will like the video. Some of y'all will be questioning the video. Some of you will felt that I could have said more or could have done more. Until next time, peace.